Evidence of this fire is right here behind these gates, but that's not the only thing investigators are looking at. They're also looking at what's over here. These cameras, hoping surveillance video might explain why there even was a fire. They only believe one man was responsible for these horrible crimes. Just take a look. This is the man they say is the suspect, Daniel Rodriguez. First, I want to talk about the damage from this explosion. It's very extensive. I'm going to step out of the way just so you can see what I'm talking about. You can actually look inside somebody's home. Popular songs like this one by Trinidad James, plus the two Molly-related deaths, is why UMass Dartmouth says it had to warn more people than just faculty and staff. Right now, librarians are teaching people how to make little figurines and toys like this, but their goal is to also teach them how to make things that are more practical, like maybe a cup or even a plastic coffee mug sleeve or top. Whether it's spending too much time on their cell phones or digging around in their purse or bag for their keys, there's lots of ways for people to be distracted. They hope more students will take more time to be on the lookout because you never know who might be lurking. The 87-year-old was born here in South Dakota. Then she moved to Nebraska. It took decades, but she finally made it to 49 states on her own. But she needed help to get to the 50th right here in Rhode Island.
Sierra?
Well, after an hours-long delay getting the word out to Kent County Water Authority customers, we decided to find out what another large provider would do in the same situation. If Providence Water gets an alarming result during routine testing, it has a plan in place to notify customers as soon as possible.
We're required to let the health department know when we fail one.
Okay.
So they'll know. But then there's another round. If it comes back as a bad sample again, out goes the message. And hey, guess what, health department? We had to send a message.
Contrast that to the timeline of events that happened last Sunday. At 9:30 in the morning, the Kent County Water Authority confirmed there was E. coli in a tank. At 4 p.m., it sent out the first press release. At 8 p.m., the state health department sent its own advisory, at least 11 hours after the test results came in. Both the Water Authority and health officials were criticized for their response. Providence Water, on the other hand, can respond almost instantly by calling customers directly. Say there was an emergency right now. Well, all they would have to do is put in a message and then hit send. Your message is sent. You can hear it.
This is the message from Providence Water.
Customers can also sign up online to have the information sent via text or email.
That's good peace of mind for them, and it's good peace of mind for us.
The Kent County Water Authority is now looking at a similar system. Rapid Notify has a reverse calling system ready to go.
We also gave them the offer to do a notification free of charge. So for them to try our system out live and to see how it works.
To please be advised that the boil water advisory is rescinded effective immediately.
The company is in talks with Kent County Water Authority about possibly becoming a client, a backup plan, in case there's another water alert. And the text and voice alert system works, can actually send a message directly to an exact street or neighborhood, but of course it only works if you have a plan in place and you act quickly. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News. That's right. You're learning interesting information that we're getting in just now. That Odin Lloyd wasn't killed just for talking to the wrong person at a club, but because he figured out Hernandez may have been connected to a double murder which took place in 2012. That's according to the Boston Globe, which is quoting sources connected to the investigation. And earlier today, a judge decided to keep Hernandez in jail despite his attorney's attempts to get him bail.
2013-7.
A green jumpsuit, a much different uniform for Aaron Hernandez as he walked into court for his bail hearing at Superior Court in Fall River. His lawyers desperately tried to get him from behind bars, saying their client is a model citizen without a record or reason to flee.
He should get bail. He should not be deprived of bail. He should not be treated more unfairly or differently or worse because he happens to be a public figure.
The prosecution sees the former Patriot tight end in a much different light.
He is a flight risk. He has the means and the motivation
to flee.
The Bristol County DA's office once more outlined its belief Hernandez orchestrated the killing of Odin Lloyd less than a mile from his North Attleboro home, saying Lloyd was shot 5 times. They believe the weapon was a .45 caliber Glock. The DA's office says they found ammunition for a .45 caliber Glock in a condo leased by Hernandez, as well as a picture of him holding a similar gun. This, plus surveillance video, text messages, and other evidence led the judge to say no way to bail.
I think the Commonwealth has presented a case that circumstantial, to be sure, but very, very strong. Believed by a jury that this gentleman, either by himself or with 2 other people that he requested come to the Commonwealth, basically in a cold-blooded fashion, killed a person because that person disrespected him.
Hernandez's girlfriend cried as the decision was brought down. Outside, his fans chanted for his release.
We're going to review the judge's ruling and consider other alternatives.
Again, multiple Boston media outlets are reporting that Hernandez is connected to another crime. This time, a double murder that happened in Boston back in 2012. Those media outlets say they're sources close to the investigation. Reporting live in Fall River, Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News. Based on this video, these might have been professional thieves. A group of 5 men stole those 4 tires and rims in just 11 minutes. Corey Rodriguez headed out for work just like normal Thursday, but what he saw was not ordinary.
I just can't believe it. Like, I thought it was like a dream, like it's like a joke.
Sadly for Rodriguez, this was no joke.
It's like your baby. You take care of it, you do everything, and it just sucks to actually have somebody just come and take what's not theirs. And
His car on cinder blocks.
the first thing that goes to my mind is how am I gonna get to work? That's the thing, and then it starts hitting you like they stole your wheels, you know what I mean? I'm surprised they didn't steal the car, too.
Based on his home surveillance video, Rodriguez thinks his car was being stalked. He has video of these cars driving down his dead-end street.
They come down, they slow down by the driveway, and they look inside the driveway, and my truck wasn't there. So they left, and then came back flying up the street fast.
Overnight while he slept, they came back for the wheels, rims and all. It seems like these guys were professionals with a plan. They hid behind this tree, then they went through the bushes to this camera, which they quickly knocked down, thinking it would give them enough time to steal the tires unseen, not realizing there is another camera watching. Just watch as the thieves work together as a well-oiled machine so they can roll the tires away. 1, 2, then a few more minutes before taking 3 and 4. It only took 11 minutes.
So easy for them. It's like their full-time job.
It's a plan Rodriguez thinks they've executed before. North Providence police tell NBC 10 there have been other tire thefts in the Fruit Hill neighborhood this week.
It's just you work hard for everything that you get, and they can come and take it.
But he wants all his neighbors to know, so his story and this video can be a warning and tool to catch the crooks. And Rodriguez says that these also damaged the body of his car. That damage, plus the tires and rims, means he's out of about $5,000. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News. A night on the driving range might bore most kids, but not 4-year-old Braylon O'Neal.
He was obsessed with it when he was 1 year old. He saw it on TV.
Dad Michael O'Neal gets the ball, and Braylon gets his clubs.
An iron.
An iron.
Puddle.
After a few practice swings,
Take a deep breath.
he's ready to hit like a pro.
Golf is just another avenue for Braylon to gain a strong sense of self and to feel like he can accomplish something.
He's just like everyone else on the range, except he has prosthetic legs, the result of a rare genetic condition he was born with.
I mean, honestly, I think he just sees his legs as part of who he is.
On September 28th, he'll get to see other kids with amputees playing the game he loves at the first full swing golf day at Buttonhole Golf in Providence.
And they're going to have golf professionals come out and teach the kids and spend the day teaching them the game. And
Paula Klinowski and other students at the University of Rhode Island set up the event. They have room for 30 kids, and parents have until the 15th to sign up. For Buttonhole, it comes at the perfect time. And when the kids get here on the 28th, well, this yellow tape will still be in place. Why? Because Buttonhole is becoming one of the only completely accessible golf courses in the entire nation. The event will raise money for the changes, and Buttonhole will provide special golf clubs and a safe environment for kids to learn how golf can strengthen their bodies and minds.
When those young men and women hit that ball for the first time and it flies, it's just so emotional.
I think it's just going to be a priceless opportunity.
A priceless experience just a few swings away. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News. Well, if you think about it, 50 states is pretty impressive. And today, 87-year-old Emily Schaefer's daughter and 2 granddaughters were there at the state capitol to help mark the occasion.
Isn't it a pretty capital?
It really is.
Take the compliment, Rhode Island. 87-year-old Emily Schaefer's seen the 49 other states. With this visit to Providence, she's now been to all 50.
I've been to Missouri and Illinois, Wisconsin, Texas.
It's a goal she's had since before her grandchildren were born.
Every summer we took a vacation somewhere different. She had a journal. We kept track of all the states that we'd been in. Some of them we just cut the corners of or maybe just drove through, but they were all checked off the list.
Schaefer almost made it to Rhode Island years ago, but her husband wouldn't make the detour.
That's right. He said, oh, sometime we'll make that trip. But no.
The 87-year-old was born here in South Dakota. Then she moved to Nebraska. It took decades, but she finally made it to 49 states on her own. But she needed help to get to the 50th, right here in Rhode Island. Her granddaughter, Katie Pritchard, made it happen.
Yes, I just graduated from college, and this was the first trip I wanted to take.
And she did, and she said, I'll get you there, Grandma. I feel wonderful.
Seeing the excitement is priceless, especially now Schaefer's diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease.
It's an ugly disease. It's an ugly, ugly disease.
During the trip, you can see the signs.
But I have to remember what state this is.
Rhode Island.
We wanted to be sure and get her here before, while she could still enjoy it.
Enjoy she did.
Do you want a picture in front of the Capitol?
I would really like that.
Pictures like these will serve as reminders of this milestone, no matter this grandmother's state of mind.
Say it again and smile this time. Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
And the 3 generations of women are staying in Newport after visiting the Capitol today. They also decided to stop by Brown University. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News.
Sierra, thank you.